Time for another 3-round mock draft, team by team here in the Sportsocracy, the Dallas Cowboys. Yep, it's, Dallas went 12-5 last year. You bring back Tony Pollard. That's one check
Got
mark.
rid of Ezekiel Elliott.
You got rid of Ezekiel Elliott, exactly. And, we also added another wide receiver. So feel like the Dallas Cowboys are doing pretty well here. You're still going to have Mike McCarthy calling the plays, but we'll see how that goes. Let's get into the mock draft here. They have the number 27 overall pick in the first round. And who will they take at ESPN Draft Nerd? Jeremy Greene?
Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame.
Surprised he lasts this long.
This is what the Dallas Cowboys have done really well over the last few years in the draft, is they see a player that, for whatever reason, falls across the draft process. They did this with CeeDee Lamb. Is this their biggest need? I mean, for me, this is one of their biggest needs. Because with the way Mike McCarthy plays, he needs a tight end that can hold up. I think that's why they were okay with letting Dalton Schultz walk away, because he was a fine blocker, but he wasn't great. Michael Mayer is the best blocking tight end in this class. And he's one of the best receiving tight ends in this class. They call him Baby Gronk for a reason. And I know he didn't work out particularly well. I don't care. Because I'm looking at what he can do with Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. He is going to annihilate you over the middle. Big hands, great catch radius. He's a big kid, 6'4", 250. And I don't understand why he's falling. Every person I talk to says Dalton Kincaid has passed him, and I don't get it. Because this is Michael Mayer is one of the highest rated tight ends I've ever had. He's a top 10 player in his class for me. So he didn't run particularly well. Okay. He ran a 4.7. Okay. And how often am I going to say, hey, Mike, go run a 9 route? The fuck do I care? Mark Andrews couldn't beat me in a foot race. What do I care?
Right.
He's big, he's physical, and he's going to hurt you. And it would be a great pick for the Dallas Cowboys. And would just be another, between Brandon Cooks, Stephon Gilmore, and Michael Mayer, you won the offseason to me. That's where I'm at. Of now, okay, all of the aversion I had to this team, as I've been called a Cowboy hater for years, I'm not sure they wouldn't be the best team in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I wouldn't like them better than Philadelphia. I've already said it once. And then Philadelphia brought a whole bunch of people back, and I went, oh, shit. But that would make Philadelphia and Dallas be the two best teams in the NFC.
Second round, they got pick number 59.
I like this guy. I like watching it. I think he's more impressive in a pair of shorts than he is on a field. Tuli Tuipulotu, edge out of USC.
Okay.
He ran not better than I thought. 4.97 is not overly impressive. I think he's a defensive tackle. I always have. And so the workout didn't impress people. But then I started watching the positional drills going, he moves better than I thought he did. He's 266 pounds, so he would be light. I think he's a pass-rushing defensive tackle in the league. He add a little weight to him. He holds up against the run. He could ultimately be a replacement to DeMarcus Lawrence. And I know I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth here. He's just a tweener. So I'm looking at both ways that you could profile him. And Dallas has done a good job of doing this over the years. Think back to Jabril Cox. All right, a kid falls. He's a talented player. Well, the medical obviously checked out,
right.
and I think he'll be just fine. Is it their biggest need? No. Is he the best player on the board? Yeah. And he's a legit pass-rushing threat that I can move up and down the line. And he's the first player I think I've ever seen where the versatility hurts him. Because he can do everything, but I don't know that he ever does anything great. I think he'll be a really good pass rusher from any spot on the line. I'm just not sure that he's ever, holy shit, he's a top 15 player at blank technique in the league. I'm not sure that's coming, and that's why you can get him here. But he would be just another piece that can rush quarterbacks for the Dallas Cowboys.
In the third round, number 91.
Well, you don't have Ezekiel Elliott anymore. And I don't know if Kellen Moore was the one that didn't want to give Tony Pollard more than 18 touches a game. I have no idea. And I think he will bridge that gap now. But I still feel like you need that thumper between the tackles. Zach Carbonet, running back out of UCLA.
Because that guy ain't Ronald Jones, guys.
No. Please, God, don't think it's Ronald Jones. In short yardage situations, this is exactly what you were sold that Ezekiel Elliott was. And it's what he was, but just not last year or the year before that. So now this is the guy that comes in on 3rd and 1, and he'll go get you 3 yards. He's really, really good between the guards. I do not love him. To me, he's a rotational piece. And he's one of the first ones that comes off the board because he fits so nicely with Dallas. I don't see 3-down running back the way a lot of other people do. And I never have, because he cannot pass block to save his life. He's not really great. I mean, he's a decent receiver. You're going to see him and immediately go, he's not staying in the block. But I love him between the tackles.
All right, so other needs for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you still think they need another corner after getting Gilmore?
I mean, I would like a developmental piece on day 3. I would like another developmental wide receiver on day 3. And the good thing is you position yourself where you hit what were your biggest needs to me, and you can hit that wide receiver, corner, and linebacker on day 3 with developmental pieces that you bring along, like you did with, like I said, Jabril Cox.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys do have their full boat of picks, rounds 4 through 7. There's plenty of ability to add more depth to this team that is. At one point, it looked like maybe the wheels would be falling off in this offseason, but they recovered nicely.
They've crushed it. If you like these picks, if you hate these picks, if you just want to call me a big mullet dipshit that almost sneezed in the middle of this video, feel free to comment that in the comments. If there's a player you want to know how they fit with the Dallas Cowboys, you can also chuck that out there. I respond to all of those, trying to get to them as quickly as I can. We got more in the first set of videos than I anticipated, and we will have 2 more 7-round mock drafts between now and the April 27th, 2023 NFL Draft. My A-plus mock draft for every team in the league that will come out starting next week, and then my final projection for the draft that will come out the week of the draft.
Please take a second to like the video, share it out with your friends as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can join us for all of our team-by-team content here throughout the Draftmas season. And, of course, we will cover every pick of the NFL Draft live right here in the Sportsocracy.